Okay, so if we move on to the next part of the question, it says product C is reacted with thionyl chloride, okay, to form liquid, which is product D, and it wants us to draw product D. Okay, so again, I have to come back to my pathways and my knowledge of my pathways, and I need to get molecule C. And I need to think what would happen if we exposed this to thionyl chloride. And if you remember in lessons, I called it SOCL2. So it's a substitution reaction. Okay, we come down here, 23, and we have a little look. We've got carboxylic acid, and 23 is going to take us to an acyl chloride. Okay, so I would need to get C. And to make C into an acyl chloride, we just get rid of this OH group and put Cl. And there we are, we have molecule D. Okay, so if we pop that in that box D, then we would get the mark. Next part of the question then. Substances A and D are reacted together to form a pleasant smelling liquid E. Okay, so we've got box E. It wants us to see what happens if we get A and D and we react them together. Okay, so this is where I need to have drawn D out, and also I need to have drawn A out. Okay, so I've got A, I've got D, and I'm thinking what two of these functional groups are going to react together. Okay, so I've got an acyl chloride over here, which I know is very reactive, and over on this side here, I've got an alcohol group. Now, the clue here, it says a pleasant smelling liquid. We should already be thinking that potentially that's an ester. Okay, and that also gives us a small product as well, doesn't it, when these two things react? So what did I tell you in terms of lining up functional groups that are going to react together? So I'm going to try and get it on screen. So what I'd need to do is think, right, this alcohol group here and this chloride group here are going to react together, and these two things are going to react. Okay, now I'm going to lose, see if I can fit it all on. I'm going to lose a chlorine from this side, and I'm going to lose a hydrogen from this side. And then these two bits of the molecule are going to kind of fit together. Okay, so what would happen is you'd have this reacting with this to form an ester, and you'd get a small molecule of HCl as well produced. So if you drew all of that out in skeletal or displayed formulae, that would be E, and then F is going to be this HCl as well, okay, in box F. Okay, so hopefully that's helped with doing this question. How would I approach it and break it down into tiny little pieces? Okay, so it's one piece at a time, but we don't have access to this question. We can't answer this kind of question without knowing our pathways, and this is why I've stressed it so many times that we need to learn it. We need to know these conditions so that when they're said in an exam that we know which one of these it's lining up to and how to change these functional groups. Okay, so absolutely essential for these slightly more difficult questions for us to know our group conversions pathways, but also, in my opinion, being able to draw displayed formulae really helps you, because you can kind of just essentially rub one off and put a different functional group on in your paper. Okay, so I hope that helped with question number 4.